स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषाम् त्रय्यन्तार्थम् सुदुर्ग्रहम् स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रः तम् वन्दे यामुनाह्वयम् यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहम् यामुनेयम् नमामि तम् नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः स्वधर्मज्ञानवैराग्य साध्यभक्त्येकगोचरः नारायणः परम् ब्रह्म गीताशास्त्रे समीरितः श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्ताम् सदा हृदि.
These three Taniyans are meant for Yamunacharya. Second of the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya popular preceptors. The third is Swami Ramanujacharya, and first was Nathamuni.
Okay.
And of course, the Nathamuni, again, we do not know the exact original name, but he is called Nathamuni. Maybe it's a nickname or a name, what you call, Sobrike. We call it Sobrike.
I don't understand that. Sobriquet.
It's an English word. It's a what you call. I mean, as you say, popular name.
Oh. Okay. Like a pen name or a nom de plume.
Every great poet has a sobriquet. One number. Kalidatha has got the name Deepashikha Kalidas.
Okay.
Magha, the author of Shishupala has got the title Ghanta Magha. Bell Magha. Ghanta Magha.
Oh, okay.
And Bharavi, author of Kiratarjunya, another Mahakavya, great epic, is called Chhatra Bharavi, Umbrella Bharavi. Because of the special descriptions and the Alankara like Upama, the simile. And therefore they have to break it. So many.
So should we start with the
yeah.
Should we start with which Taniyan?
Three Taniyans. So let me start with the Taniyan which you have not so far given. Swadayan iha, I mean, of course, Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Swadayan iha sarvesham Trayantartham Sudurgraham Stotrayamasa Yogindraha Tam Vande Yamunahvayam. So these are the two lines before what you have given. So the other two you can show on the screen so that others also can follow. Number one is Namo Namo. It's a very simple one which I ask children to repeat very easily before taking food. So Namo Namo Yamunaya, Yamunaya Namo Namaha. Namo Namo Yamunaya, Yamunaya Namo Namaha. The simplest two-line verse. It's only a repetition that we salute him. So next one. Yat padambhorha dhyana vidhasta shesha kalmashaha vastutam upayatoham yamuneyam namamitam. So it is a habit, good habit that we salute a preceptor often. It doesn't restrict to a number of times, a particular number of times. This is a practice of all the preceptors earlier and later. Swami Ramanujacharya in his Gadyam also says, Sashtanga Namaskaram Kritva, Punna Utthaya, getting up, Punaha Namaskaram Kritva, Utthaya, again getting up. Till the one who is bowed down says stop. They don't say stop, they will say Narayana, Narayana, and say some names of God. So here, so these are the three Taniyans. The first one which I told you is Swadayan Iha Sarviha. Here in this world, Swadayan, one who relishes, one who enjoys. Swadayan, Sarvesham. So for all the people, Sarvesham. Trayantartham Sudagraham. So making all the people in this world enjoy or relish or feel one with Trayantartham. Trayi is the three scriptures. Number one, Rig Veda, second is Yajur Veda, and third is Sama Veda. And these three are called Trayi. Atharva Veda came later, and therefore nobody says Veda Chatushtayam. Only Trayi is there. Shruti, we say in feminine gender also. The word Trayi is also number 3. A triad of scriptures, namely Rig, Yajur, Sama. Saman, we say. So these three, Trayanta, Anta, end of the last part of these three scriptures is Upanishads. So Trayanta is Vedanta, meaning Upanishad. Artham, the meaning, the essence. And then Sudurgraham, it's very difficult to grasp. But Yamunacharya made it easy for us to understand all the very difficult concepts. Trayantatham Sudurgraham, Stotrayamasa. He is praised. No, Stotrayamasa, Yogindraha. Yogindraha is Yamunacharya. Tam Vande Yamunapaya. His name is Yamuna. And he is equal to Lord Krishna, who is also called Yamuna, because he bathed in the river Yamuna, and he was enjoying his sports, the water sports, the Leela in the river Yamuna and so on. And therefore he is called Yamunacharya. So Yamuna is the name of Krishna, and the preceptor Yamunacharya is almost equal to Krishna, and therefore from Tam Vande Yamunapayam. Let me salute him, Yamuna. Apayam name. The second one is, as you know very easily, Namo Namo Yamunaya. So salutations to the Yamuna. Sri Yamunacharya. This last verse. Yat pada amboruha. Yat pada amboruha. Dhyana vidhvasta ashesha kalmashaha. Vastutam upayatoham. Yamuneyam namamitam. So the last word in the third line, aham. Last word in the third line, aham. So aham namami. The last line, namami is the verb. So aham namami. The beauty in Sanskrit is we have got many synonyms, especially in this context, namami and vande. Vande is what we call atmanepadi dhatu, which is otherwise literally translated as action for selfish motive. The action verb. Verb is an action word for a selfish motive. But it is not exactly giving that meaning. In grammar, in Sanskrit grammar, they are divided into 3 categories. Third category is only a combination. One is called the Atmanepadi, and the other is called the Parasmaipadi. Then the combination of both is called Ubhayapadi. Ubhayam means 2. So with this background of, so Vande you have in the Taniyan, which I have told you earlier as the first one. Vande. Here it is Namami. The difference between Vande and Namami is I worship him for my own sake, for Vande. Namami is for all, for you and me. I pray for you and I pray for myself also. So Namami is again Parasmepadi. Both are not Ubhayapadi. Otherwise you can say, I pray for you and I pray for myself. So Aham Namami Tam, him. Whenever we say him or tam in Sanskrit, we understand that he is indescribably great because we don't know sometimes. I mean, we have not seen Yamunacharya in our life, but we are now praying to him. So whose yat, whose first line, yat, pada, the divine feet, amboruha, ambaha is water, amboruha is lotus. In the lotus feet, the lotus-like divine feet, pada amboruha, dhyana, when we meditate on the lotus feet of Yamunacharya, then what happens? Kalmashaha with Ashesha Kalmashaha Vidvastaha. All the impurities, Kalmashaha is all impurities. Kalmashaha, Ashesha Kalmashaha, all impurities. Shesha, something remaining. Shesha, we already saw servant and so on. Ashesha is all, everything. So every impurity gets washed away, Vidvasta. Gets destroyed. Then what happens after the impurities are destroyed? So I have become an entity to take, to reckon with, we say. I am an entity to reckon with. So the beautiful expression corresponding to Vastutam, meaning I have been recognized. I have some merit. Because I saluted Yamunacharya, I am now respected. I am recognized. So Vastutam upayatoham. Otherwise, I am no man. I am nowhere. That is why Yamuneyam namamitam. So Yamunasya ayam Yamuneyam. Yamunayaha ayam Yamuneyam. Therefore, this name, this great preceptor has been named after the Lord. The Lord is Krishna. So Yamuneyam namamitam. So with these three Taniyans, before going through the Gitartha Sangraha, I hope the other participants also equally may enjoy the outcome of the reading of this Gitartha Sangraha. Many people know Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is the only book as the second book of the world to be translated in almost all world languages after the Bible. Gita takes the second place, and the third comes Panchatantram. Panchatantram is translated into all world languages because they are all what we call animal stories. Pashu Pakshi Katha, we say. The stories of fauna. And then only comes other big works like Ramayana, Mahabharata. Mahabharata is a compendium of a very big story, and it contains 1 lakh shlokas, and therefore it is equal to 8 times of Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. They say. You take the biggest book in other languages and combining the 2 English books, Mahabharata is only 8 times of those 2 English books combined. So with this, of course, greatness and prabhavam, we say, the popularity. So we come to the Gitartha Sangraha. So though there are 730 verses in the Bhagavad Gita, when you start with Sanjaya showing the replay, rather the what we call flashback of the 10-day war to Dhritarashtra, who is physically blind. So a video which could be seen by mental vision. And he explains, Sanjaya explains to Dhritarashtra. And there are conversations between Arjuna and Krishna. The only two. Arjuna asks, Krishna replies. Then Krishna gives a lot of advice. There is a doubt, how could there be 730 verses to be recited in a battlefield while both enemies are ready to fight and so on. It is Vyasacharya's, rather the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, who has given elaborately the 730 verses. And the 730 verses are given in a nutshell, given in short for Arjuna, maybe in the battlefield. The time relation between those days and today is so vast that we can understand how we cannot normally understand the Einstein's theory of relativity. For the relativity theory gives you a comparison between God's time and human beings' time. Even now we are now confused with how other countries fix the time and postpone by 1.5 hours or and so on. They fix the clock. I'm surprised. A kala is fixed by, and the kala itself is one of the creations of Lord. So here we see the time of sunrise and time of sunset and so on as the base. Now here, so the 730 verses have been condensed into 32 by Yamunacharya, and therefore we get the abridgment, Sangraha of the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. The word Gitam or Gita is a song, celestial song by Lord Krishna, sung by Lord Krishna. And the celestial song is given, of course, I told you, translated into many languages, it gives rise to many interpretations also. And this is our Sampradaya, Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya interpretation, very short one, easy for people to follow and so on. So initially, there is a brief introduction dividing these 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita into 6 each. So each 6 is called Shatkam. Shat is 6. The group of 6 corresponds to one yoga, Karma Yoga, and then Jnana Yoga, the next 6, and then Bhakti Yoga. And again, these 3 groups are given in a nutshell in small verses, just 2 lines. What are these 6 conveying? So let us see the text directly. So we are also will be following Swami Vedanta Deshika's commentary in Sanskrit for these slokas of Yamunacharya on Gitartha Sangraha. The first one, as it shows on the screen, Swadharma Jnana Vairagya Sadhya Bhakti Eka Gocharaha. That is the biggest adjective for Narayanaha Param Brahma Gita Shastre Samiritaha. So the beautiful presentation. Today you give a lot of training to people. I know a person by name Partha Sarathi who wanted to train himself how to talk in an assembly. What should be the first one? What should be the second topic? How to start? How to conclude? There is a lot of training given now. But we have to learn these strategies, methods of presentation from Yamunacharya. So the last line gives you Gita Shastre Samiritaha. Gita Shastre Samiritaha. Now, before we look into this particular sloka, we have the bound and duty to read through minimum 3 or at least 4. The number 1 is, of course, apart from the scriptures and the limbs of scriptures, Vedangas, 6 in number. 1 Veda corresponding to your family, either Krishna Yajurveda or Shukla Yajurveda or Rig Veda or Saman. Apart from that, the 6 limbs. Then coming to what we call Brahma Sutra Bhashyam. Brahma Sutra, 542 aphorisms composed by Vyasa, Veda Vyasa, who wrote Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Mahabharatam and so on. All the other 17 Puranas, great Puranas, whereas his father composed blessed us with Vishnu Purana. And now, so these creations. So we have to read through the first book, Brahma Sutra Bhashya. Brahma Sutra is again an abridgment of the Vedas, the scriptures. Brahma Sutra Bhashyam commentary. And in order to understand Brahma Sutra Bhashyam, which have only very short lines called the Piti statements, P-I-T-H-Y, Piti statements, containing not more than 5 or 6 words, sometimes 1 or 2 words. They have to be understood through Shuta Prakashika, a commentary, a very good commentary. And we will later on know the background, how this commentary was obtained by Sri Ramaswamy Ramanujacharya from Kashmir. Shuta Prakashika. So Shuta Prakashika has now been translated into many languages now, Hindi, Tamil, and so on. English also. And again, we come to the next book that we ought to study is Upanishad Bhashya. Upanishad Bhashyam is a commentary of the Upanishad, last part of the scriptures, and it has been commented by Ranga Ramanuja, is the name of the Yati, the mendicant or the monk called Sannyasi, Ranga Ramanuja Mahadeshika. So he has written the commentary for Upanishad. So Upanishad Bhashyam must be read as the second book. The third book will be Gita Bhashya, Bhagavad Gita Bhashya. So given by, blessed by Swami Ramanujacharya. And therefore all these 3 are sine qua non for Sri Vaishnava. The 4th one will be Nammalvar's, we call it Grantha Chatushtayam, 4 books. Grantha books, Chatushtayam 4. So that will be what we call in Sanskrit, Bhagavad Vishayaha. Tamil easily called Bhagavad Vishayam. Nammalvar's 1000 Pashuram songs correspond to the 1000 shakhas of Samaveda. And many acharyas also have said it is equal to 1000 names of God, Lord Vishnu, like Vishnu Sahasranama and so on. So all the Pashurams must be read with the commentaries by great people. We have got Eid, Vyakhanam called Eid, that is very important. Then Pillai Lokacharya, the great scholar, has commented upon Nammalvar's Divya Prabandham, namely Tiruvai Mori. It is called the Tiruvai Mori. So this is more important than any out of the 4000 Divya Prabandhas, the 1000 songs of Nammalvar, otherwise called the Vakula Bharanam. otherwise called Shatari, Shatakopan, and so on. So this is the fourth book that we must study. Now we are going through the very simple book of Bhagavad Gita Bhashyam. Bhagavad Gita Bhashyam is now again abridged into Gitartha Sangraha. So with this background, so we go to the first one. Last line we saw that Gita Samiritaha. Gita Shastre Samiritaha. Shastram, it has become Shastram. Shastram means in English science, and it is a spiritual science. Bhagavad Shastram. So it is, there is a proverb in Sanskrit for those people who aspire for a higher level study. Kavya lapo varjayet. Avoid reading the normal, ordinary works, which tell you about the life of this world. So, Loka Vyavaharam. Loka Vyavaharam is world activities. So, there are so many works in so many languages, especially in Sanskrit. They call it Kavyam. Kavyam is any work, drama, poetry, prose, then prose poem, short stories, devotional songs. All these are all called Kavyam. But don't discuss that. That is a problem. Kavya lapo, avoid discussing about these kavyas. Then what should be our aim? Read Bhagavad Shastram. Read the spiritual science. So philosophy, as we call it otherwise. So philosophy of the Lord. So Gita Shastre, in the science of Gita, Samiritaha, well said, well explained. Some Iritaha. Iritaha means said, S-A-I-D. Told in beautiful words. Samiritaha. So we said in this Gita Shastram, Narayanaha, the third line, Narayanaha. Who is that Narayana? Param Brahma, the highest divine being, the supreme soul. Param Brahma. Param is the highest. There is nobody above him, therefore it's called the Param. Then Brahma is the supreme soul. And how is he attainable? How is he approachable? How can we reach him? So the first two lines give you the way, upayam, the method, the strategy to approach him. So Swadharma, so doing one's own duty, Swadharma, Jnana, the wisdom, the spiritual wisdom. So knowing what is your duty itself is the wisdom. And then from that Jnana you get Vairagya. Vairagya is neither liking nor hatred. In Tamil it is a little wrongly meant as some what you call very firm resolve to stick to something. We say he sticks to his guns. It is not that sticking in to one principle is not Vairagya. So neither you hate something nor you like something. So we have an example in Bhagavad Gita itself. Dukkheshu anudvigna manaha, sukheshu vigataspraha. This is the line which gives you what is Vairagya. When the catastrophes phases, anudvigna manaha, we should never be perturbed. We should not become restless. So dukkheshu anudvigna manaha, sukheshu, when there is happiness, so we should not become very much elated. So sukheshu vigataspraha. The aspiration, the ambition at that time should be given up. You should not aspire for more and more happiness. Sukheshu, when we become very happy, Vigatas Pruhaha, further longing, desire for enjoying more should be avoided. That is called Vairagya. Then Sadhya Bhakti, you have to add with the Sadhya Bhakti. The bhakti which can be achieved, the devotion which can be achieved, achievable is sadhya. It's not very difficult. Sadhya bhakti. So with these four aspects, Swadharma, Jnana, Vairagya and Sadhya bhakti, these are the four required as a single entity, Eka, Gocharaha, accessibility. Lord Narayana is accessible only when we have these four concentrated in a single aspect, combined together, a combination of four. Swadharma, Jnana. Swadharma is what you call following the following one's own duties, the rituals, Anushtanam. Then Jnanam is getting the wisdom, Vairagya is the what you call attached, rather detachment. Vairagya is detachment. So no raga is there, no love, no hate is also there. No hatred. So Sadhya Bhakti, the fourth one. Then with these four, Lord Narayana is easily accessible. Gocharaha. Gocharaha doesn't mean anything related with the cow and the movement of the cow and so on. So Gocharaha is accessibility. That means coming near. You come near. Samipyam is assured. Narayana Samipyam is assured by Swadharma, Jnana, Vairagya, Sadhya Bhakti. So this is what in essence, quintessence, Gita Shastram advises us. As you see in English very beautifully, through the help of devotion, which is developed by the performance of one's duties, rituals. Bhakti is the result of Swadharma, Jnana and Vairagya. Vairagya is because of Jnana, Jnana is because of Swadharma. So each one is linked, as a chain. So Swadharma, when doing one's duty, makes you wise, makes us wise, and then when we become wise, we get detached. When we get detached, we have Sadhya Bhakti, and is what we call Malopama, we call the chain simile. So Eka Gocharaha. So here, knowledge of the true nature of the Lord and the Self. So we have what we call Swarupa Nirupa Jnanam and Nirupita Swarupa Jnanam. That's what we say. So with regard to the individual soul, we must understand our own self, and we must also understand the Supreme Self, that is Jnanam. And then lack of attachment, as I said, detachment of all the things other than the Lord. Tam vihaya, we say. Tam vihaya vairagya. So we should not have vairagyam towards approaching him. We should not hate him, nor we must, of course, we have to love him only. We can love the Lord, but we cannot go away from the Lord. We cannot feel indifferent towards the Lord. We cannot hate Lord. We must, of course, like Lord. The highest desire one must have is to become a prapanna, as Govindacharya already felt as though consciousness must be there to become a prapanna. If at all we do not aspire for moksha, moksha is only the kainkaryam, the service that we must aim at. So with this very small, of course, a lot of inner meanings are there with regard to the Gitartha Sangraha. Yamunacharya is very brief in his statement, brutally brief in his statement. But Swami Vedanta Deshika has given a lot of explanations to such small words. I was suddenly shocked to know that I was given this subject of talk just a few days before my lecture in Mumbai, and therefore I could only give them the literal meaning, because the Sanskrit words are understood literally, but a very deep meaning could not be said within 1.5 hours of the, for these 32 shlokas. Gitartha Sangraha it was the topic for my lecture during Sri Jayanti celebrations in Krishna Sabha, Mumbai. Why if you suddenly open a topic, then it is not possible to give a lot of explanation. So here, Keshavdas Swami has given the advantage of the 11 commentaries available for Gitartha Sangraha. I think our limitation of time may not allow us to go through all the 11 commentaries, but at least Swami Vedanta Deshika's Vyakhyanam of Gitartha Sangraha, otherwise called Gitartha Sangraha Raksha. Raksha is protection. So protection to the book Gitartha Sangraha, so that everyone will follow and read, understand, and reach the Lord. If you want to continue, you can show me the next verse. And before that, I would like to have some of your opinions and your previous background, experience, and so on.
So, Swami, I have some questions. I don't know if we can go on to the next verse. I haven't prepared the next verse exactly, but you were saying in the beginning that there are 4 shastras which upon which Sri Vaishnava philosophy is based. So just to recap that, the first is Vedanta Sutra, Brahma Sutras.
Brahma Sutra.
Brahma Sutras, which are actually an explanation in very short aphorisms of the Vedas, of the Shruti, because Shruti is considered the highest Shastra Pramana, or the highest Shastric proof. So Brahma Sutras, and then you were saying that the commentary on Vedanta Sutras is Shruta Prakashika. You were saying,
yeah, Shruta Prakashika.
But my understanding was Shruta Prakashika was the name of the actual commentary, the sub commentary by Sudarshana Suri.
Yeah.
So that you were mentioning that when you were speaking, you were saying that Shruta Prakashika was a commentary that Ramanuja
not Ramanuja
in Kashmir, because
he brought it from Kashmir.
The story, to be exact, the story that I've heard is that Ramanuja and Kurd Alwat Quresha went to Kashmir to see the Bodhayana Vritti.
Right.
So my understanding was they wanted to see the commentary by Bodhayana Rishi. And,
yeah, right. You are right.
Yeah, and they were not allowed to bring it, but Quresha memorized it. And so from because Sripad Ramanujacharya speaks of older commentators like Bodhayana, Dramida, Tanka, different commentators that have commented before him, showing that his explanation of Vedanta Sutra is not a new one, but is based on older preceptors. So unlike some other commentaries on Vedanta Sutra, which are basically a new idea, Ramanuja's Sri Bhashya is based on older commentaries. So anyway, Vedanta Sutra is the first one, and the second one is the second shastra which you were speaking of, that everything is based on, is Upanishad Bhashya by Ranga Ramanuja. And of course, Ramanujacharya himself gave only a summary of the teachings of the Upanishads in his Gitartha Sangraha. And then later on, Ranga Ramanuja gave the commentary on individual Upanishads, which is, again, second limb of Prasthana Traya.
Yeah.
So then the third one is Bhagavad Gita. And then, so we come to Bhagavad Gita, and you mentioned that there are 730 verses in Bhagavad Gita, but we only find today, based on the edition that Sripad Shankaracharya has commented, his edition is only 700 verses. Even in North India, only 700 verses are accepted today as the main part of the Gita. My question about that is that the Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute in Pune has made the critical edition of Mahabharata, and in that there is a sloka which gives, or a verse. There is a verse in there which explains how many verses in Bhagavad Gita were spoken by each person. And if we read that verse, the total comes to about 745. So you mentioned 730 verses. I've also seen the English translation of M.R. Sampath Kumaran of Gita Bhashya in English. He mentioned some verses that at the end, which are not usually found in the 700 verse editions. But can you explain your count of 730 and also this 745, and why we only see 700 verses today?
So the one view of what you said on Shankaracharya's edition, Adi Shankaracharya has left out the first chapter without commentary. And therefore, there are 47 or 8 verses in the first chapter. So that must bring down the from 730 to 700. The second point which you said is, as Professor M.R. Sampath Kumaran has said it as 745 and so on. My calculation of 730 is only approximate. Of course, it is not exact. As you said, in Mahabharata, there is a definite number of verses said by each one. Sanjaya, Dhritarashtra, Lord Krishna and Arjuna. These 4. So here, of course, Dhritarashtra has got only one, the first one. Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetra. Later on, Sanjaya starts, and then Lord Krishna's words and Arjuna's questions and replies. So here, there, of course, there is no strict number of, and if there are some different editions up to 745, sometimes they may be termed as interpolations and so on. We must find out whether, as you said, the general edition by either BORI or Gita Press Gorakhpur must be a standard one. BORI is a very, very great center of Sanskrit in Pune, and therefore it is authentic. It is authentic. But taking into account the Sri Bhashya, Bhashya of Ramanujacharya, we must include the first chapter also, because Ramanujacharya has started from the first chapter to the last chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And of course, so this number is not very important as the. For example, there is an argument in the number of the aphorisms of Vyasa, Brahma Sutra. Either it is 542 or 500 or 545 and so on. So that's also there.
There's an argument about the number of aphorisms in Brahma Sutras, but I believe that between the 3 main commentaries by Ramanuja, Shankara, and Madhva, the difference comes not in the text, perhaps, but in the division of the adhikaranas, of the division of the discussion of the different topics discussed. and so some people will take a Purva Paksha as a Siddhanta, and some people will take a Siddhanta as a Purva Paksha in that case. So that leads to difference in interpretation. But I'm not sure that I understood that there was a difference in the actual text of Vedanta Sutras. Is there a difference in the texts also?
No, the Siddhanta or Purva Paksha cannot decide the number of aphorisms.
I see. Okay. All right. But in any case, the division of adhikarnas, of subject matter treated, is different amongst the three main acharyas. So I also saw, maybe we can discuss this a little bit, maybe after I've done some more research on it, but there was a group in Chennai or in Madras in those days who published a Bhagavad Gita with 745 verses, which I have, which includes some stotra praising Devi in the first chapter before the beginning of the battle. So in this way, it may come up to 745. I'm not sure. In any case, as you say, it's not very important the number of verses, but the subject matter is important, like that. So there are some people who believe that even in North India, there's an extra. The North Indian edition is 700 verses. The South Indian edition is 700 verses. But in the beginning of the 13th chapter, there is a question by Arjuna in the North Indian edition, but there is no question by Arjuna in the beginning of the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita in the South Indian edition. So in any case, some people, though, believe that these 700 verses were exactly spoken by Lord Krishna and Arjuna on the battlefield. And as you have said, to chant the Bhagavad Gita 700 verses, it may take some hours, and we don't know, we can't say that these verses were spoken exactly as they are on the battlefield, but the summary is given by the poet Vyasadeva. So are there many people who believe that literally these verses were spoken by Lord Krishna? And are there other people who also believe that this is the poetic creation of Vyasa to summarize the conversation? So is it possible to believe either way? Or is it wrong to believe one way or the other?
Many people may not believe that all the 700 verses were said in the battle front. But when Vyasacharya has elaborated on those the pieces of advice from Lord Krishna, he must have given. And again, as you said, increasing the number to 745 will include some earlier prayers like Sarvopanishado Gavaha, Dogdha Gopalanandanaha, Partho Vatsaha Sudhir Bhokta, Dugdham Gitamrutam Mahat. Such verses would have been added as a prelude to the Bhagavad Gita text. And also we have another verse from Adi Shankaracharya in his Moha Mudgaram, the stotram called Moha Mudgaram, otherwise popularly known as Bhaja Govindam. Bhagavad Gita Kinchidadhita Ganga Jalalava Kanika Pita Sakrita Piyena Murari Samarcha Kriyate Tasya Yamena Na Charcha. This is the verse from on Bhagavad Gita. And we had our own Acharyan Taniyans on Gita and on Lord Krishna we can add some many prayers. So with this, it may become 745. Of course, some answers in between, as you said, on the 13th chapter question from Arjuna.
Okay, so turning to the first verse, you say that Swadharma, Jnana, Vairagya, and Sadhya Bhakti, all these four together are Eka Gocharaha. They are the single way to approach Sriman Narayana, who is the Parabrahma.
Right.
But my first question is, Why property is not mentioned here as a method of approaching the Lord?
Oh, the sadhya bhakti is prapatti.
I see.
Uh,
So
because
yeah.
there are two words in Sanskrit which are used here with regard to the Lord. Lord Narayana, he is called either Siddhopaya or Sadhyopaya. He is both Siddhopaya and Sadhyopaya. The Sadhyopaya, the means which can lead you to achievement. Sadhya is achievable. Achievable strategy is called Sadhyopaya. And Siddhopaya is the means which are ready at hand. Ready at hand. Siddhopaya, the success is actually already assured by the means. The same type of sadhya bhakti is the bhakti devotion which is easily achievable is prapatti. Otherwise called nyasa, otherwise called sharanagati, otherwise called prapatti. And the siddha, if it is siddha bhakti, then you would separately call it as bhakti yoga. There is no vairagya yoga also, though there is karma and jnana is there. Dharma is karma. Dharma is karma. The duty is action. Action is duty. Dharma, swadharma, one's own duty. The jnana, the jnana yoga, then vairagya yoga is not there. The vairagyam is again another form of bhakti. Jnana itself another form of bhakti. So you have to relate it between each other. The dharma, the swadharma, doing one's own duty is itself bhakti. Worship is God. Work is worship. Work is worship. So you interpret it that way, and sadhya bhakti becomes the prapatti.
I see. Okay, so each of them actually is synonymous with bhakti. Coming to each particular word here, swadharma. Some people will say this word refers to the occupations and the based on the varnashrama system, into which caste you are born and what occupation you should perform. So all these duties have to do with social rules and regulations of the varnashrama system. Is that correct?
Right, that's right.
So
the swadharma depends on varna and ashram.
So for those persons who are born outside of the varnashrama system, who are not part of the varnashrama system, what is their dharma? What is their swadharma?
So you were asking this question earlier also, when we call it the fifth category. Panchama, we say Panchama.
But actually, I have something to say about this, because in Manusmriti, there is a verse that says there are only 4 castes, there are only 4 varnas, and there is no 5th one. So this whole idea of Panchama to me doesn't make a lot of sense. And if I look at the origin of the caste system in the Rig Veda Purusha Suktam, Brahmano Syamukamasid Bahu Rajanyakutaha Uru Tarashyad Vaishaha Adhyagam Sudra Jayata. When I look in there, it seems to me that these divisions apply to all societies and not just to India.
So you cannot call other countries' citizens as Panchama and so on. And we also say Mlecha, another word we use for a foreign alien person is called Mlecha. And Mlecha has got a bad connotation also. He's lowly in nature.
Right.
But
right. Or we also have this word Yavana, which was used for the Greeks who invaded India a long time ago. And also we find in Manu, he mentions Chinna, he mentions Chinese, he mentions some other races from other countries.
So as you said, these four varnas could be the main divisions, and everything can be included under these four. In the Bhagavad Gita, he says, Lord himself says, Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagasaha. I have created all these four varnas based upon the quality of the characteristics and actions, duties to be performed according to the rules and obligations.
But that brings me back to the question: what is the duty of somebody who is not born in the strict varnashram system?
No, that is not strict, as you said. How do you call a Brahmin? Every person in this world is born as a what you call in the fourth varna, Shudra. I am a Shudra before I am baptized into Upanayana. Janmana jayate Shudraha. Janmana, just by birth, you cannot claim that you belong to your parents' caste or varna and so on. Again, today there is a mixed marriage, and whose caste must be taken, fathers or mothers? Generally, we say fathers. A Christian marrying another religious man, a Christian lady marrying another, should adopt the habits of the husband, or the husband should adopt the habits of the wife. Then now the question is Gotra. What is the Gotra for this? Again, as you said in Manusmriti, there is an allowance, there is a permission to marry from the higher to the lower, and not from the lower to the higher. You call it lower or higher, the so-called lower or higher. It is not a level, as we say. Then after the birth, when one is getting into the jnana marga, namely Ashtakshara or Gayatri Mantra Upadesha, karmana jayate dvijahavi. So by action he becomes a Brahmin.
But okay, so you quoted this Janmane jayate sudraha karmana manite dvijaha. But is this actually from Shastra? I don't. What Shastra is that? This is just a saying. This is huh?
No, it is just from Shastra.
It is from a Shastra that is mentioned in the Shastra.
Yeah, I will try to find out the pramana.
Okay, thank you.
And then, so anyway, I mean, you say outside the scope of these four, if one is born without knowing what is his duty and so on, nothing like that. It can all people created are under these one. I mean, one of these categories.
Yes. So
you cannot brand a foreign nation to say that he is out of this four.
But I mean, it seems like Manu does brand outsiders as being low caste.
Even here, even in India, we say there is Panchama. We now call them Dalits, and earlier they have been called Harijans by Mahatma Gandhi, and that was a better name. Today they are said to be they are called as weak people. Dalitaha means weak people. They have an inferiority complex over the name. In the name itself, they have but there's no sanction in the Shastras of a Panchama.
Right. So okay. So in Chandogya Upanishad, we also have this story of Satyakam Jabala. There was a boy who did not know who his father was, and he went to the guru in the Gurukula, and the guru accepted him because he spoke the truth, because he was speaking Satya. That he accepted him as being a Dvija, and allowed him to enter the Gurukula and study in the Gurukula. So
that is a classic example of acceptance of one who does not know the parentage is also accepted.
So my question is that philosophically, from these examples, and also there's another Upanishad, Vrajasuchika Upanishad, which speaks about Brahmatva or Brahmanness, Brahmanhood not being based on birth. And as you said, Bhagavad Gita, Guna Karma Vibhagasaha. But normally when people interpret this verse, Guna Karma Vibhagasaha, they say the guna is fixed by the birth, and therefore the karma, the activities or duties should be according to the birth. And that is a karma from purva janma.
Yeah, the samskara, the latent impressions of the previous birth are responsible for the activities or the characteristics of a single individual. That's what we say. Samskara is important.
Right.
Praktanaha samskaraha, the previous birth tradition.
So in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, both Vadagalai and Tengalai, they may be looking at this word swadharma in the first verse, and they may think this some people may say this word swadharma speaks about the caste duties, the duties that you have according to the caste that you're born into. But whereas some other people, they may say the word swadharma simply means everybody's duty or dharma is to approach the Lord or to serve the Lord or to become a prapana or a bhakta.
Now again in Dharma, of course the Mahabharata as well as some other Shastras say that Dharma is a topic which has been confused over its meaning, and then nobody understands perfectly what we mean as Dharma, what we mean by Dharma. Then again we have got Samanya Dharma and Vishesha Dharma. All the four varnas or all the four ashramas should adopt some same common rules like telling truth. Telling truth is not different to different castes, different varnas. These are all some sadharana dharma, samanya dharma is called. Otherwise sadharana dharma, common. And then Vishesha Dharma is what differentiates between one varna and other varna and one ashrama and some other ashrama. So Vishesha Dharmas may be different. The Samanya Dharma, Sadharana Dharma has no change over times. Times cannot change. As you said, the area also, the nations cannot change.
So Vishesha Dharma can change. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So if it is a Vishesha Dharma means like the I have to somebody has to do Sandhya Vandanam, or somebody has a particular duty to perform because he is a man or she is a woman, like Stri Dharma, that may change also over time.
Right. By gender also we have change.
So some people will say that this Stri Dharma or the duties for ladies is a fixed thing and can never change. But we see in the West that ladies are becoming the heads of corporations. They're becoming a head of government. Even Indira Gandhi was the head of Indian government. So normally this is not part of traditional Stri Dharma. But do you say this is a Vishesha Dharma or this is a Sadharana Dharma?
The mutual competition or domination, that is the problem. You call it as Stri Dharma or Purusha Dharma and so on. We have been, rather the Shastras have more male domination than the female domination earlier. And now today the days have changed, and then we have female domination. And since we have a proverb in Sanskrit which says, "Yatra naryaha pujyante tatra ramante devataha." The gods rejoice when the ladies are adored. Then of course, the books, Shastras have been written when some people blame as written by only men and therefore they are male dominated. Chauvinism is there. And of course, today we have to, what we call, reconcile to that kind of difference in dominations, and in future what will happen we do not know. So Vishesha Dharma, as you said, becoming head of the government, meaning so Kshatriya. There have been Kshatriya ladies. You know, in the England, the country England has got only the Queen as its head.
Or in India, you have this Rani Jhansi.
Yeah, you had a lot of examples.
A lot of examples.
No problem in becoming a member of a royal family, and so only when they violate the basic common rules in the society, then their caste must be highlighted. Otherwise,
basic common rules. Okay,
yeah.
So that's probably a very long discussion about what basic common rules are, because I mean, from different societies may have different rules and things. And as we were discussing before, I think even in Ramayana we have this society of Vanaras, or commonly known as monkeys, but perhaps they were not monkeys, we don't know. But they also had a society and they had their own social rules. So different societies have different rules. I know living in the Western societies, that Western society has different rules, and Indian society has different rules. And even modern Indian society has different rules from Manu Smriti, which is more or less a standard, but is not. Do we know if all the rules of Manu Smriti were ever actually enforced in any kingdom in India in ancient times?
We say the history is absent in our Sanskrit literature, at least. But I wanted to tell you the deviation from the rules happens everywhere. Plus, I want to tell you one more. I just forget the term. I'll tell you later.
Yeah. So some people, of course, people are following minute differences in the Dharma Shastras. Some people are following Manu Smriti or try to follow Manu Smriti, and other people following Apastamba. Apastamba may have some slight difference of opinion on certain rules from Manu. So according to people's Gotra and Sutra that they are born into, they are different. They are slightly different Shmitis that they follow. And there are 18 Shmitis, no? 18 Dharma Shastras. So there are many rules and many exceptions to some of these rules. So even today, nobody is studying these things. So very few people even know the rules. So how can they follow the rules if they don't even know the rules?
Ignorance is bliss.
But it is also said ignorance is no excuse for the law. If you don't know the law, that's no excuse for breaking it.
Right.
So again, getting back to this first sloka of first verse of Gitartha Sangraha.
Gitartha Sangraha.
Yeah, the first verse. This word swadharma can have a lot of different explanations, a lot of different meanings, and but this is the basis. By following the swadharma, first of all, therefore, every person has to know what his swadharma is. As you said, knowing what your dharma is itself jnana. and then only can he approach the Lord. Seems like it's a stumbling block in reaching the Lord, whereas in the system of property there doesn't seem to be any stumbling block in reaching the Lord. But here you actually have to know what your Swadharma is, and you have to follow it in order to it to be Sadhya Bhakti. Doesn't seem so simple to me as property.
That's right.
So-
Take for example, a Sri Vaishnava must feel sympathy towards the person who is suffering. He must be feeling one with the suffering people. We must try to help, we say. And how many of us can feel one with them? How many of us can help? There are a lot of different situations in which we are placed. We have no chance to help. We can feel one with them, but we cannot help. So this is what we call common dharma. This is sadharana dharma and samanya dharma.
So the minimum is that we should feel compassion for others, for all living beings, not just human beings, but also animals as well.
Yeah.
We should feel compassion for them. Whether we can help them or not is another question. It's not always possible.
When a dog barks nearby, then you act as though you pick up a stone, but don't throw it on the dog. That's what it is. Again, it's a very serious action when, in order to save some cow, you kill a tiger. You kill a tiger.
Right.
So that is not murder.
Can we say that compassion towards all living entities is to try to minimize suffering? To minimize suffering.
Yeah, that is the purpose of life. Swami Vedanta says in his Bhagavad Dhyana Sopanam, in the first verse, starting with Antarjyotihi, he says, Dina Natha Vyasana Shamanam. It only reduces the suffering. Dina and Anatha, the weak and the orphaned people are suffering. At least they have mental agony, some worry over life. And Lord doesn't remove the entire worry. He just gives a reduction. He reduces up to a certain extent the worry, the sadness of the people. You don't say Nashanam, Dina Natha Vyasana Nashanam, only Shamanam. Very nice too.
So if anybody else has a question, they can just unmute or just turn on your video and unmute and ask.
No, is there anyone apart from the four of us?
Yes, we have Mrs. Vardarajan and Govindachari, myself, you, and I'm not sure who Galaxy A10 is. But yes, there's five of us.
Okay.
Six.
Swami, I just wanted to ask quickly, why it is that the acharyas, the earlier acharyas like Yamuna, etc., Ramanuja also, but just like this example of this first verse, why isn't prapati very straightforwardly mentioned? Why is it mentioned in a different way, as you said, sadhya, by sadhya? I just wanted to ask that question.
You mean why the preceptors are needed?
No, why isn't the upaya, prapati or sharanagati just mentioned? Why isn't it that Yamunacharya decided to put it under a different heading, as you said, sadhya, means prapatti. You know, he basically says bhakti is the way. So isn't that a little bit, I don't want to say the word misleading, you know, but isn't it that, you know, if the average person reads that, they will think, okay, well, it's bhakti yoga.
No, this word will be understood deeply in the following verses.
Good. Well, then I look forward to hearing that and reading that and, you know, more explanation, because I know Yamunacharya, he also propounded prapatti, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to understand.
So in order to give us the essence of the scriptures, he has composed Chatushloki and Stotra Ratnam.
Okay.
And also Agama Pramanyam. He said he gave us a book called Agama Pramanyam. He has given Siddhitrayam. So many works he has given in order to put across the ideas of scriptures.
Right.
And when we go through the works of Yamunacharya, we will be more clear in the concepts. In Chatushloki, within the four big verses, starting with the Kantaste Purushottamaha Pranipatihi Shayasanam Vahanam. The second half is more important. Brahmeshadis Suravrajas Sadaitas Tadasa Dasi Ganaha. Meaning establishing the supremacy of the Lord over everybody else. That is more important, the principle that we say. Niyanta we say, as you know, the controller. We are all niyamya. As we had one of the relationships of Swami and Swam. So the property can be used by the master, the proprietor, as he pleases.
Mm-hmm.
So this Sadhya Bhakti will have more detailed explanation in later verses.
Very good. Yes, please keep it in mind. And why is it that, one last thing, this one's not so important, but just a offshoot from the first Tanyan, Namo Namo Yamunaya. You said that you teach this to children to chant before taking prasad. What does it have to do with taking prasad?
Our practice is either to recite the Chatushloki of Yamunacharya, or the Gopala Vimshati, 21 verses on Lord Krishna by Swami Vedanta Deshika. This is our traditional practice. In Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, especially Vadagalai, we follow this. Before taking food, we recite either this or that, or sometimes even both. When we have a lot of time, when we don't feel hungry, the whole group doesn't feel hungry, we say all the 21 verses.
I have to find out from Keshava Swami.
For example, we are very strict in following, say for example, coming Sunday is a Dwadashi day. Day after tomorrow is Ekadashi, the fasting day. The Dwadashi day, we have got either a concession or a condition that within the Nadika, the time of Dwadashi, we must offer food to the deity and we take it.
Yes.
Most important is offering the food to the deity. Ahobila Mata prepares the food with all people in the kitchen, cooks in the kitchen, plus the people who are to take the food. And they say, for example, at the 7 o'clock in the morning, you are given a square meal. Then how do you gobble it? How do you grab it? So what you do is try to make yourself hungry, because the previous day you must have been fasting. Knowing that Dwadashi Tithi is over by 7 o'clock in the morning. So you have to be fasting the previous day. So waiting for the full meal in the very early morning. Here, so when you do it, when you are taking in the full meal in the very early morning, then do you have inclination to recite this Chatushloki or Gopala Vimshati? So you must do it. You must do it.
Keshava Swami, what does Tinacharya Sampradaya do when they're taking meals? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah,
I think I'm not sure, but I think Tenacharya Sampradayas are probably more hungry than that. They don't have the time to. They want to eat quickly so they can go to the temple and do Kainkarya. So maybe they don't have time for so many prayers before taking food.
No, not all the Tenkali Sampradayas go to the temple, but of course there are people who believe in every Sampradaya that going to temple and worshipping the Lord is more important than even the daily duties. We can even give up daily duties, and if you worship the Lord, that is enough. Lord will take care of the Anushtana.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So I think, but I think in either case, breaking of the fast from Ekadasi Tithi may not be so important in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya because not a lot of people are actually fasting on Ekadasi Tithi. So they're not feeling a lot of hunger the next day morning. So they can chant Gopala Vimsati. Whereas perhaps in other sampradayas where they are fasting, I think Madhvas don't have time because they're fully fasting on Ekadasi, or so the next day they want to take the Paranai very quickly.
When we take a lot of tiffin on Ekadashi day, we say in Tamil, annam should be binnam. The rice must be broken. So the fraction into fractions, and we can take any other form of rice like idli, dosa, upma, and so on. Taking all kinds of food on Ekadashi day, the important ritual is Aradhanam, Trivaradhanam for the Lord with all the food items offered to him within the Tithi of Dwadashi, within the time of Dwadashi. Of course, you can, if you don't feel hungry, you can do it, take food later.
Yeah, so once the rice is ground or broken, then it's okay. I think I had one discussion with you and Keshava Swami while Keshava Swami was there that you were saying in some places, it does say that taking grains is sinful. I think I remember you saying that. Is that agreed, or is it that, as we have always discussed, Keshava Swami says it's only annam, only rice that is avoided, and you can take broken rice. But I think I remember hearing in one of your discussions when he had a discussion with both of you together that you mentioned in some places it does mention grains are not to be taken. I might be wrong, but that's what I think I remember you saying.
Well, the word annam also means food.
Right.
So annam can mean all food, any food. But specifically it means cooked rice.
Right.
So he means to ask the grains, other grains also should be broken?
In different sections, different communities like the Gaudiyas and other Vaishnavas, they prescribe not taking also wheat, also other forms of food, some other things. Yeah.
No dal.
In our case, wheat is also broken.
You also take broken wheat.
Yeah.
But I mean, most people don't eat wheat unbroken. Most people use flour, which is broken wheat. So
yeah,
that's common even when it's not Ekadasi. So.
But and we have a definite pramana in Sanskrit with regard to why you should not take the full rice.
There's a definite pramana. There's a definite pramana
Yeah,
coming
please give us
from
that.
where?
from I think maybe from Apastamba Sutras and so on. I'll find out. The very strictly it says the rice, full rice taken on the Ekadashi day will be possessing something like yama or ghost or something else.
Mahapapam.
Okay.
Mahabhaya.
So please, can you get that pramanam? It would be really, really interesting to see.
Right, I will get you.
Thank you.
I think concerning food items and eating and fasting and all, there are more rules for different communities on this subject than any other subject. So, for instance, Vedanta Deshika has written Ahara Niyama.
Ahara name. Of course, that is according to his times.
As
And
we-
the vegetables, the food items corresponding to the lunar calendar have some good effect or bad effect on the health of the body. And that is why, for example, on Ekadashi and Dwadashi and Amavasya days, brinjal is not used.
Yeah.
Eggplant is not used.
Yeah. Whereas in ISKCON, that's a normal thing. Eggplant is king also on Ekadashi, like especially in Trinidad and places like that. They love eggplant. Even in India, even in Mayapur, West Bengal, they have eggplant.
And we categorize the vegetables as sattva, rajas, and tamas according to the qualities, and then that is why we avoid garlic, lashunam, the onion.
Which classification is eggplant? I've heard that some say it's tamoguna. But is it? But is it that you can take on an Ekadashi?
We don't have. I don't know the classification, but Ekadashi, Dwadashi, Amavasya days it is avoided.
Some people say about eggplant, because the Hindi word for eggplant is begun, but some people say it comes from vaiguna in Sanskrit. Vaiguna. No qualities, useless.
Yes, they say it doesn't give any.
Baingan we say in Hindi.
Bengan, yes. But in Sanskrit, vaiguna.
Vaiguna.
But I think there's a different name in Sanskrit actually.
It's a vrinta. It's called vrintakam.
I have
Vrintakam is brinjal.
I have seen some in the Gaudiya book Hari Bhakti Vilas. There's also some Shastra Pramanas that say that you should not eat brinjal at all. So it's not good at all. So I can show you perhaps, but I'm not sure where these Pramanas come from. It depends upon which Shastras people accept as authoritative, because different places in India, different communities accept different Shastras. And so, as you say, there are some Pramanas from Apastamba explaining about the cooked rice. So it depends upon the community what Shastras they are accepting.
Okay.
So I think we got into we got a bit sidetracked here into the discussion of food items. Yeah, yeah. So should we finish with the Tanyan?
Yeah, it's a very easy Tanyan. Of course, Namo Namo Yamunaya, Yamunaya Namo Namo. Namo Namo Yamunaya, Yamunaya Namo Namo.
And to Vedanta Deshika also.
Yeah.
Kavita Simhaya. Kalyana Gunashaline Srimati Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha.
पितार्किक सिंहाय कल्याण गुणशालिने श्रीमते वेंकटेशाय वेदांत गुरवे नमः।